journey's just begun. We're on our way. Pokémon expedition, rising high with no hesitation. Together we'll stand with courage in our hands. The future's ours today. Whoa, yeah, we're on our way.
After Malik's win against Brock, our heroes make their way to Mount Moon. Luther uses his Rotom phone to light up the cave. As they trek into the cave, they encounter a group of Zubat, and one is differently colored. Skye sends out Meryl, and after defeating it, Skye immediately catches it. Malik and Luther question why it's a different color. Skye explains that some Pokemon have different colors than normal, and that's what are called shiny Pokemon. They're usually super rare. Malik and Luther find this very interesting. They go in deeper, and Skye finds a Clefairy, another rare Pokemon. But before Skye can catch it, she's stopped by a scientist. She explains she's here to study the Clefairy. If Skye catches one, it'll disrupt the peace. She states that she needs the Clefairy to lead her to the Moon Stone. She claims this stone comes from outer space. The scientist says that they've seen Team Rocket in the cave and are worried that Team Rocket will get to it first. Malik looks determined to help out the scientist, whose name is Simone, and make sure Team Rocket doesn't take the Moonstone. Skye asks Clefairy for help, and it agrees to help. Then they follow suit. As they scour through the cave, Attila and Hun watch as they walk by. Hun mentions how they can't let those meddling kids ruin their plans again. Attila says it won't happen because they're the best Team Rocket members. Hun groans. If we're really so great, then why are we doing all this labor for the boss? Attila's eyebrows furrow, and he says they may not be the best, but they are the smartest. After all, it was their idea to set out the rocket smoke at the excavation site. Hun agrees with the statement, but reminds Attila they should probably follow the kids. Malik, Skye, Luther, and Simone come across a Jigglypuff with a weird microphone. They'll find this fascinating, and Jigglypuff starts to sing. The group listen in, but eventually they're all put to sleep. As Luther's put to sleep, one of his Pokeballs roll over to Jigglypuff, and it captures it. After a couple minutes, they wake up. They see a Pokeball on the ground, and have no idea whose it is. They'll check their Rotom phones, and Luther sees a new entry in his Pokedex, informing him that Jigglypuff had been caught. Four of them are shocked, but Clefairy tugs on Skye's pants and reminds them of the task at hand. Malik, Skye, Luther, and Simone eventually find the Moonstone. They're enamored by the size, but are put to a stop when Attila, Hun, and a couple other Team Rocket members stop them in their tracks. Malik, Skye, and Luther send out their Pokemon to battle. Malik sends out his newly captured Geodude, which he had nicknamed Gaia. Immediately after sending Gaia out, she attacks the grunts with full force. Malik is surprised on how strong she is. Meanwhile, Skye is commanding Clefairy in battle. Clefairy uses Metronome, and Metronome picks Hyper Beam, which obliterates the grunt's Pokemon. Luther makes his way up to where Attila and Hun are. He gets an idea. He calls out to Malik, Skye, and Simone to catch. They all catch little pebbles. Luther yells out and tells them to cover their ears. They do so, and Luther commands Jigglypuff to sing. Jigglypuff does so. Their Team Rocket grunts are then put to sleep. Seymour calls Professor Jenny, who arrives just in time. She arrests the grunts, but it seems that Attila and Hun have disappeared. Malik questions how they keep doing that. The Clefairy all circle around our heroes. Simone thanks them, stating that the Moonstone will fit perfectly in the Pewter City Museum. Skye looks to Clefairy, that they've befriended, and says maybe they shouldn't do that, since it's very important to the Clefairy. Simone scratches her head and asks, "Then what will we do about this discovery?" Malik states that they should make it their little secret. Simone is reluctant, but nods. She thanks our heroes as they head onwards towards Cerulean City. As they do so, they notice Clefairy is following them. Skye kneels down. Do you want to join me? Clefairy nods. Skye readies a Pokeball and throws it at Clefairy. The ball shakes once, twice, and clicks shut. Clefairy has been caught. Our heroes have made it out of Mount Moon. Malik complains that they've been there all night, and he groans. But Skye's made a lot of progress towards her Pokedex by catching Clefairy and Zubat. Malik sees Cerulean City ahead and immediately runs over there. But before they can pass through, they have to go through Nugget Bridge, where Malik hears a familiar voice. It's none other than Jett Oak. Jett greets his old buddy, but Malik yells at Jett. Luther interrupts, asking if they can be introduced. Jett tells them his name, and he's a grandson of Professor Oak. Skye is about to mention her father, Professor Elm, but Malik interrupts, stating that Jett and him have been rivals since they were 9 years old. Luther asks why, and Malik explains. Jett is annoying. Skye chimes in, stating that's a weird reason for the two to be rivals. Malik mentions it's not just that, but Jett is a smart, know-it-all jerk. Jett interjects, stating that he never understood why Malik didn't like him, since he thought highly of him. Malik interrupts and suggests an idea. He says whoever can defeat the most trainers on Nugget Bridge is the better trainer. Jett doesn't see a reason to do so, but it's already too late and Malik runs off towards the bridge, racing to defeat Jett. Jett follows, not wanting Malik to be alone, leaving Skye and Luther to stand there with their thoughts. Malik mainly uses Geodude, and Jett uses his Scyther. And towards the end of the bridge, they find out they've both taken out 3 trainers, so they're tied. Malik is furious, and decides they should battle it out themselves to determine the winner. Jett agrees to the friendly match. Jett tosses out a Pokeball, and it bursts open in a flash of fire. Charmander lands on the bridge. Malik responds with a throw of his own. From his own Pokeball, Geodude emerges. Charmander opens Ember, and Geodude tanks the hit with ease. Geodude responds with Rollout, curling into a spinning boulder and launching towards Charmander. Charmander barely avoids the first strike, but Geodude continues rolling and building momentum. Charmander jumps onto a railing and uses Smokescreen. Geodude skids to a stop, with his vision obscured. Charmander dives in with Scratch, striking Geodude and following up with a Metal Claw. The attacks connect, but Geodude grabs Charmander mid-swipe. With a roar, Geodude hurls Charmander back and slams the ground with magnitude. Malik's Geodude rushes forward and strikes with Tackle, sending Charmander crashing against a support beam. Charmander rises slowly. He roars and charges with Flame Charge. He collides with Geodude, but again, the Rock type holds him firm. Geodude counters with a crushing Rock Throw and slams into Charizard mid-charge. Charmander faints. Malik celebrates with Gaia and rubs it in Jett's face. Jett isn't mad. He thanks his friend, but looks up to see Malik sprinting away. And Malik yells out, "Smell you later." Meanwhile, Skye and Luther arrive at Sea Cottage and encounter a talking Pokemon. Skye throws a Pokeball, but the Pokemon rejects it. They learn that it's Bill, a Pokemon researcher, who had fused with a Nidorino. He would ask for their help. Skye and Luther agree to help out, and they're led to his lab. Bill explains how to operate the machine. The way he explains it sounds complicated, but really, they just need to flip a switch. So, they do so, and they defuse him from Nidorino. He thanks them, and he recognizes Skye as Elm's daughter, stating he went to college with her father. Skye finds this interesting, and says she's never heard of Bill. Bill is a bit hurt by this, but he decides to give them 3 tickets to the SS Anne as a thank you. Luther is ecstatic at this. The SS Anne is a luxury cruise for people like him. Bill also mentions a good friend of his, Misty, is hosting a water ballet tonight, and suggests they go there. Luther again is excited, as he gets to see a performance, which could be very helpful with his goal of being a performer. Later, Malik catches up with Skye and Luther, who were waiting for him. He states that it's time to go to the gym, Skye tells him to slow down. Misty is hosting a water ballet, so he'll have to wait until tomorrow. Malik is annoyed, stating that ballet is boring, but Luther says he is excited. They can give him some ideas for his performances. Malik is reluctant, but knows it's important for his friend, so he agrees to go, but he is not happy about it.